asked him to be the Secretary of Homeland Security. DeHart liked to be ahead of the curve, so he stood abruptly as the noise at the door grew louder. Startled, the reporter dropped her pen. "Is everything?" Keenan Mulvaney, the special agent in charge of DeHart's Secret Service detail, cut her off mid-sentence, bursting in with 3 other agents hot on his heels. DeHart groaned. The Secret Service whisked him away to a secure location more frequently than he would have imagined before he got the job. Drones, inbound unidentified aircraft, crazy people with guns on 17th Street, any number of tripwires triggered the arrival of a cadre of armed agents. This time, they brought someone with them. Arnie Van Dam, President Ryan's ever-rumpled chief of staff, trooped in with the agents. DeHart offered the reporter an apologetic smile. "Please excuse me. I'm afraid I have to go." He started around the desk, but Mulvaney raised a hand. "I apologize, Mr. Vice President, but she'll have to go. I'd ask you to stay put, sir." Van Dam said nothing, instead pacing back and forth in a tiny piece of real estate by the door. Eyes flashing, his jaw clenched like a trapped animal about to gnaw his own leg off. DeHart's secretary ushered the reporter out, promising to reschedule as soon as possible. "The PIOC?" DeHart asked as soon as they were gone, meaning, "Are you taking me to the Presidential Emergency Operations Center?" The PEOC was an underground bunker that served as a secure, if starkly utilitarian situation room during a threat. Any visit there was a shock to the system. But some were worse than others. The look on Van Dam's face said this was going to be one of the latter. Mulvaney nodded grimly. "We'll go via the underground, Mr. Vice President." The area beneath the White House and the Eisenhower Executive Office Building had enough tunnels to stoke more than a few conspiracy theories. Many of them DeHart had yet to explore. Van Dam finished with the hangnail he'd been chewing on and flicked a hand toward the door. "We'll take a breath here while your secretary clears the outer office." Okay. DeHart gave a shrug. "You want to fill me in, Arnie?" "Panama is turning to shit as we speak," Van Dam said, "and at this moment, President Ryan is unaccounted for. The principals are coming in now." The principals were the principal members of the NSC, the National Security Council. Mulvaney raised a hand, signaling that he was getting a message on his earpiece from an agent posted outside. "We're clear to move, sir," he said. DeHart stood fast, staring down the chief of staff. "What does that mean exactly, unaccounted for?" "It means what it means," Van Dam snapped. A pained look creased his face, like he was nursing a bad tooth. "The Secret Service can't find the president. Incommunicado? Injured? Kidnapped?" He waved off the next logical thought. That was unimaginable. "It means that you are acting POTUS until we find Jack Ryan." Chapter 2. Venezuela, 4 days earlier. The ground branch operators tasked with hunting down and killing Joaquin Fernando Gorshkov were known as Windward Station. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence at Liberty Crossing called this operation Sudden Squall. Whomever came up with the codenames was apparently a weather buff, maybe a sailor. CIA operations officer Adam Yao thought as he looked out the grimy bus window at the Venezuelan jungle and mulled over how he and his team had gotten to this spot. Barely 40, Yao was clean-shaven with a thick head of black hair that looked forever windblown unless he gooped it up with pomade, which he did not do. As well as English, he spoke Mandarin, Cantonese, and Spanish like a native, but he listened more than he spoke. Tall, but not